Good morning. I have to speak on these matters involving formalization. The fact that we began with activities with the Athena Drudia League, the franchise is Star Wars, and the situation currently of Disney, Star Wars, the franchise's distribution, Lucas Films, Lucas Arts, and my situation in terms of us formalizing officially, I could still think firstly as Druidia, then Oclea. It's 10. I'm not putting one over the other, but saying my activities as representing the sovereign nation of Druidia, I want to do without connection to the vessels of the franchise Star Wars, and people know why. It is to be on this planet possible for any MRN related would be yourself person to be a four, an admiral, a general, board, council, cabinet on any vessel, any facility, any bathroom, any captain's quarters, any serviceman, any sailor, enlisted officer, no rank talk on my ships. That is number one. We all know the dig when it comes to rank and file chain of command, right? Don't play around with it, old man. But thank you for your service, right? Okay. But what am I saying? As Druidia, we need vessels which are not connected to any ideas of you cannot board because you are Asian, because you are Anunnaki, because you are red instead of green, because whatever. We all have probably our experiences of racism on a ship. I do not, aside from boarding a vessel which was not the Midway in a construct trying to instill in me negative connotations of the Navy. Who cares? I'll captain any ship. I'll captain any ship. I don't care anymore. I've got the heart for it now. I don't know why. Before even becoming a sailor. The issue at hand is we need these craft as Druidia, these vessels, newly designed, corporate involvement maybe, or completely our own government on this planet as Druidia, producing these craft brand new designs and no one can fuck with it, right? You say I can't put this on my ship. Why? It's Druid. We're saying, right? Druid design, as long as it doesn't remind me of a Star Destroyer or a Death Star, which is it not okay to say? Lockheed Martin is the issue. But just the same for Boeing. Even in concerns with Starfleet or Star Trek Federation. We all know this stuff. I'm saying, you want to come back into emergence on our own planet. All it takes is the voting of our residents, and you get it. Fair and square. Is that our concern? Our concern is when it comes to Starfleet. I'll just go off on this tangent for a quick second. You end up with a family as an Asian looking complacent. The end. Dot, dot, dot. No. Personally speaking, if it becomes official, hypothetically speaking, who am I to argue? I just won't participate. The end. Just the same. But where do you think the residents are in terms of voting? After I speak on such matters, also, and also with the common knowledge of our residents, you think from baby boomers to current children, what they know about the history of your league and its racism and what it entails in terms of your life as an Asian, as on the bottom of the caste system, conceptually, or as semantics getting in the way of your freedom currently. To what? Board its craft. As what? F4. Would I not be doing myself a disservice in terms of becoming a sellout? Yeah, that's why I won't. So, for the situations of in concerns with myself and Disney, and it is still there with Marvel. And then with Star Wars, any events taking place up until now involving me and the Athena Judy League, because I was firstly recruited as cadet, became admiral, and then interactions with actual. What do they want to do with that? Because I was having ideas that just the same as their own rules, I could appear as what? Darth, because I am. That is the dark side, and I am of, which is Druid. It is all the same when it comes to Sith. Once you learn that and realize what is in terms of the culture Druid, it tells you what you can do. It's the same. I'm red. I am Darth and Lord on this planet. I need a name still. And my activities involving the Star Wars franchise because of Mr. Lucas and his culture involving Lockheed Martin and Boeing. Positionally, right? Myself. Would be up to the rank of Captain 3, involving actual events that took place up until now, connecting to and what ifs if they so desired and had ideas of. Because I have been hearing these multiple times. Separate. It could be with a different franchise, then you'd be considering market share. What are your objectives there in terms of new releases? Because we do not have media in terms of this conceptual, and I want to bring forth in terms of with new vessels. Are you thinking competition? For what? The Residents Composite in terms of their sentiment or their support of any league is all indicated by their activities and their voting. Where your franchise is in terms of its activities in producing new releases through media at the same time. Because I don't know where Disney stands and also Marvel and Star Wars in terms of their relationship for distribution from here on out. It is the third quarter going into first quarter 2026. Where do they want to be in terms of relationship? Because our activities involving formalization are the actual events going on, and our, let's say, fruition of a new craft involving our government as FPs becoming personnel, right? R&D, science involving propulsion, elements using, and designs of everything. Druid. Because I'm speaking of Druidia, and then towards conceptual media, which will be corporate, who will lead it, who will IPO it, and then its distribution, and then Star Wars will exist, and then its new releases. My involvement in its actual events up until now, as I was a formalization admiral of the ADL planet D3041. Then I was also Darth and Lord. I'll just assume. level. I thought so. Not knowing all of that yet. Thinking I was. Uh, the light side. Also Druid concepts, right? Jedi, Star Wars. Believing I am actually the dark side now because of my family situation, and Sith I did. Now I am Druid. So these two possible media releases. One, conceptually, because I want to bring forth vessels of Druidia on this planet for its residents as MRN. Right? That's all. Isn't that something we all want? Of course. May the force be with you. Excuse me. So, these are our realities I have come to put together in my mind before recording, starting with and now speaking of. What do we want to be mindful of from this point? Uh, I am concerned with what releases exist in terms of Star Wars. They're on Disney Plus. I have it. It's the treasure chest for both Marvel and Disney, right? And it's their own proprietary. It's their own. You got all these movies and Mickey Mouse, and where will it all be next year? The activities of FPs thinking as Druid, this concept of our own league, calling it what? I want to use the swan. Don't you? We're saying, aren't we? Does it have to do with Star Wars? No. Not in the Franklin dimensions or the Jefferson dimensions, with the Reagan dimensions. What do you have from this point in terms of the story of Rey? Because lastly, it was Celebration against the First Order. Lord Sidious. Your next movie. And then me, with this other conceptual franchise involved in new vessels, 2,000 personnel size, the dark side. What do we call our craft? It will not be Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters or X-Wings, right? At the same time, media releases, but on our planet, the actual will be what? I'm its formalization admiral conducting activities for. I'm saying them already. This is reality, right? We're going to do it, aren't we, sir or ma'am? On our planet as Druidia? What else would we be doing? How do you want your involvement as yourself in our universe from this point? As yourself. You are master. You are apprentice. You are Padawan. Your life. How do you want to live it? This is what we're doing. What's it going to be? Well, infrared. I don't care. Both. Because what am I doing right now? True. It's 4, actually. If I consider I'm still Darth and Lord, because that is Druid. I need a name still, and it's 4. At the same time, I'm stopping at that. And looking at ideas of it will be juggling in terms of scheduling and making sure I can. So residents on our planet, whether you think you are of the light side or the dark side, coming to understand the concepts which are all druid, and yourself and your events, you foreseeing them being media worthy, thinking on the side of non-inclusion of anything intellectual property of Star Wars in your media release because it cannot be allowed. If the actual is there on our planet, yes. If it is not, then no. That's all. Just the same with this other emergence of a league which we want for MRN for all races. But I was gonna like end it. No. It's the situation of what we have currently and their distribution, franchises, and then the actual at the same time, and where they all go from this point. Because if you think of my position and where I have vested interests, you have to come to realize where I am not positionally your other side of your predicament, or am I? And do you want to make a release out of it? Do you think it should be? Do you want to work as a writer? Because that's where we were lastly, looking at writers and nobody's moving. I have to actually check out all the releases that exist. It's on Disney Plus and it's like I got time for it. There's 6 months. It's just the same. So it is just keep moving and see what happens. Isn't it? Because in terms of like any urgencies or worries of something not being accomplished or getting in the way of current objectives, there's nothing positionally for me. For yourselves, what is there? I don't know these because I haven't been reading news or hearing information on anyone's situations really. We've been so going through changes as residents on this planet with the realizations we've been having and the improvement of ourselves. Life is changing and just thinking. We have been going through so much. We now have a chance to actually focus on ourselves. Like, really take advantage. Yeah, this is so real life, you know? When it becomes more league and people are looking at me and like the things that are going on and what I'm saying and having conviction that I can get the job done is what the sentiment is I'm feeling out there. And please do not turn me into God. There's 25,000 of you out there. Knock it off, please. I don't even know you. Don't do that stuff. That's nonsense. Okay, so I'm gonna end my video finally. That's it really. Just like I think just be mindful of what's going on as you follow your desires, get what you need to done. You know, work and play, eat. Morning.